Time to develop a new aircraft. Notice we've got 500 XP. Let's go and chuck everything onto... What are we building? I didn't change the heavy fighter over, did I? So that was my... Not that we need heavy fighters right now. In fact, I'm going to save it because we're going to have the ground... No, I did the ground attack aircraft already, didn't I? Okay. Go on then. We'll change this over. Rocket interceptor. To this one. This is going to have some reliability, some weapons. Can we get that reliability up? 340 points. Maybe add the range. No, that knocks reliability. Does engine? Engine doesn't knock the reliability down, so we're going to spend it all on that. All on that heavy fighter. Nice. Which has gone... Did that actually change? Did it actually save, I mean? So it should have saved as Mark 1 where we've spent it. Let me just close that down. There it is. Yeah, I've noticed that menu. Maybe I didn't see it. It might be the case, but I've noticed that menu does that occasionally. CD Projekt Red games do release with plenty of bugs. Most games do now these days. Ah, it's crazy, the death threats that they got for delaying Cyberpunk. I don't know what the world is coming to. I mean, that is just unreasonable. It's just ridiculous. Delaying a game, death threats. And I dare say the people who complained about the delay are now the same people complaining that the game's not finished. It's just like the internet turns people into raging monsters. And I don't understand it. We've got to get this invasion off soon because these guys are not going to be able to hold that forever. I'm just going to switch these units in and out. And we'll take the full load of Marines. I mean, we're doing well. We're holding a really good position. As I say, it will just eventually go down. Ah, now this is... Okay, we're still working down this. This is a fuel efficiency one, which we have to get down. Let's have that one, please. Civilian factories. Crap. Okay. They've built everything I asked of them. What do we really, really need? Military factories. Let's go military factories. Should do a mass project of building them across the Pacific. Can't really do many out there. Could have done 5. Oh, we can do 5 there. Where else can we put them? There's plenty of space in most of these areas. Right, that should do for now. We will have a job. We'll have some infrastructure or something to build over here soon. Right, come on. How much longer? 53 out of 84. We're going to wait and send both divisions at the same time. They won't land quite at the same time. This lot will probably land first. So the purple ones... Oh well, we'll get them going. Yeah, you're right. No accountability. The anonymity of the internet. When you're behind a screen, you can say and do anything you want with no comeback. Which is a shame, because it has changed the way people react. Like, you see like the type of comments people leave on YouTube videos, even in Twitch streams like this, in the chat. If you use that same language to someone in the street or at a bar, you'd be picking your teeth up off the floor in no time. And yet on the internet, it's now seen as the way to communicate your disappointment with something. It's, it drives me mad. Absolutely mad. People are losing the skill of communication. The greatest tool for communication in mankind's history, the internet, is destroying mankind's ability to communicate. It's bizarre, isn't it? I mean, these are just like... Well, I'd like to think they're the minority of idiots. But unfortunately, they're the vocal ones that get noticed. How are we doing over here? Shall I send... I'm going to send Marine divisions back in. We just need to cycle... This is a bit of a pain, but we do need to cycle some divisions in and out here to give the the weaker ones chance to recover. It's not like they're taking losses. It's just their cohesion gets worn down. It's a bit of like rest behind the lines. In the early days of internet, you used to track down horrible people's IP and tell them their street address. Well, that would upset them. Yeah. That's a good way of doing it. You can kind of do something similar now if you can find their Facebook profiles. And it's like, so you work at Greg's, do you? I know the manager of the branch down there. Say hello to John next time you're in. And suddenly, yeah, I mean, people don't think about that a lot of their public information is visible, or private information is visible, I should say. You guys have nearly recovered, haven't you? I think we can risk sending those in. Whilst the rest recover a bit. So how about these plans then? 55, 70, 70 out of 84. Let's have a quick look over at Europe. I wasn't sure. I thought the Axis were collapsing. It seems to be holding apart from this bit here, but then they've got the Swiss border, so that doesn't really count. I don't know. I think they're going. I still can't feed my people here. So this is still going nowhere. We'll just hold the Italians back. We're going to have to get some land. I do have a 1080 Ti, yeah. So there's complaints that Cyberpunk runs poorly on it. Well, as I say, there's a new driver out for it today, which will help. It depends what they're trying to run it at. If they're trying to run it at like 2K, which isn't really the correct terminology, or 4K on the Ti, then yes, I can well imagine that would run badly. But 1080p, I imagine it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Or maybe they're asking it to do things that they shouldn't be. But the new drivers should help with that. Let's carry on down that tree there. Hey there, how's it going? It's good to be back at this today. And we look like we're going to be making progress with our Japanese invasion as well. PS4 footage looked rough. I think it's just a case that the game's probably been released a little bit before it truly is ready. There'll have been a lot of pressure on a lot of people, and the COVID situation this year won't have helped. And the amount of hate that is spread around when a game gets delayed, unreasonable hate as well, is insane. So there will have been a lot of pressure to get it out the door. And to be honest, the best time to buy a game is probably about 6 months after it's been released. Because then you'll often find it in a sale somewhere. Let's put our artillery factories back to work over here. That needs fixing. You'll find it in a sale. You'll find all the bugs have been fixed. The driver issues have been sorted. The performance has been improved. And any nonsense like cash shops, microtransactions and loot boxes will have been quashed from release to the point you buy it after all the negative pressure. That happened with Mordor. Was it Shadow of War? Middle-earth Shadow of War. That had a horrible cash shop, I think, system in that, and a horrible loot system, and there was that much negative press towards it, that the whole system was removed and reworked, and that, when it got finished, was an absolutely amazing game. But yeah, buying a game on release is generally bad for consumers. It's wrong. And I say wait until it's cheaper and it's fixed. People say, oh, but yeah, the games companies wouldn't make money. Well, what they would do is they wouldn't release it till it was in a better condition to go to release if everyone was willing to wait. But of course, we're not. We're not all willing to wait for stuff. We like to get stuff new, which is, or as soon as possible, which is the way it is. But yeah, the best games, or the most enjoyment I will have out of games, is when they're patched and finished and fixed, and when they're cheap, which always helps. Games seems to be more fun if you get it cheaper. Yeah, 8 million pre-orders is a lot. Mine was 1. I don't normally pre-order, but I made an exception for that. Okay, are we getting there with this? We can set... Oh, hang on. Both these invasions are about to go. So we've held this nicely. We're going to have to switch all our air cover onto this. Make sure Japan's not planning anything sneaky elsewhere. This invasion is not ready to go anyway. There's a lot of divisions down there which we want drawing up to this North Island. Details? Yes, please. We'll switch that to... I think we should maybe go down the War Plans division. What's this? Women's arms service. Well, we get more manpower. Oh, what's this? Naval Raider. Research bonus for radar technology. Oh, we're a bit late for that. We've researched it all. Cheaper ships. Convoy defense doctrine. No, let's go down the war plans division. I think we should have probably gone down that a little bit sooner. Right then, we're about to go. Look at this. 2 days on each one. How was that caught up? I'm sure there was a discrepancy on the amount of days they were, but one's caught up after the other. I'm not going to complain about it. You watching while playing? Are you? Who are you playing as? USA or somebody else? Game Pass is a good thing, Todd, and I'll be signing up to that soon because... Make sure nobody's listening that shouldn't be. My Xbox Series S arrived in the post today. So, yes, I'll be signing up to that. Yeah, it's not just for the Xbox, though. It's the ultimate version of Game Pass is great because you get to play it on PC too, which is a great source of games for streamers. So we'll be playing through that. Well, some of them anyway at some point. Yeah, my... oh, you're playing Cyberpunk as we're talking. Ah, sorry. So yes, don't think I'll stream Xbox games. I've got that for a family thing to play with. Although my kids don't know about it. It's going to be unveiled at Christmas time. So it's going to be kind of secretive. They shouldn't be watching. They might just have finished school, but they shouldn't be watching on their phones on the bus home. So it should be okay. I shouldn't have given away any surprises there. All right, let's get this launched. You reckon Cyberpunk's worth the full price? I think it will be. I mean, yes. AAA games in the last few years have been just really disappointing. Who's going to get there first? Let's set the purples off first. Okay, I'm going to wait till they get to about here, then set the blues off. Actually, the purples really need to go in first. They're doing the business. Or are they? No, actually, I think they're coming in. Does that show where they're going to go? And the blues. Ready to move. Are they actually... Oh, well... How far are they? So if I do this wrong, I think these guys really need to get in there early then. That's the one that's going to matter, landing here, isn't it? No, it's not, because the other guys are set to land here, I'm sure. Let's trigger it. Let's just go. Yeah. Let's just go on that. Great, let's get the... Do I really need that? Yes, I'll have it. I'll have it. Turns out they watch the VOD later in the day. I don't think my two girls will be too interested in Hearts of Iron 4. They like Star Wars Squadrons. They did like that. What else do they like watching? They have watched a few of my things. Well, they actually like playing Star Wars Squadrons once they got used to the controls. We're still fighting heavily here. Send the Marines in to reinforce that. We should be okay. Those are on the water. It's going to be a kind of coordinated invasion, this. Kind of. Right, what we're going to do is focus on where our aircraft are. So, we've got... who are those? Right, they're up there. That's fine. They don't need to be travelling down there. So the second ones, make sure they are over the islands. Okay, it's covering the islands. That's fine. The seaplanes are fine. The light bombardment group, I'll assign to that bit. I'll assign to that bit there, which should cover that. And then the rest of this lot, this is quite a bit here, is all going to be over here on ground support. Okay, I think we should be good there. No, I don't get mad that you guys are talking about a different game. I like talking about other games too. Especially one that's very topical at the moment. Yes, I know Quickie Baby got mad at Skill, but that wasn't about another game though, was it? That was... Skill came in to talk about something else, wasn't it? It was something to do with the charity thing. Skill came to support him, didn't it? I don't know. Senate committee investigates shipbuilding in Georgia. Ooh, what's this? A critical weakness. Prodded by a senior senator from Georgia, the Senate Commerce Committee has begun hearings into the state of the local shipbuilding industry. According to experts, a significant percentage of US trade depends on overseas trade, and the country is desperately lacking in shipbuilding. Georgia has been identified as a region who, okay, I think it wants us to build a dockyard, so let's just hit that pause on that one. I'm fairly sure this wants us to build a dockyard, which we can easily do. It'll either be a dockyard or a naval port, won't it, in Georgia? This is why we try and always leave building slots spare in any state for when the Senate comes a knocking and say, hey, yes, we'll vote through those amendments. An additional dockyard it was. Right, we need to... Oh, hang on, Mark. I've not upgraded. I'm still building the P... I need to build the P-51 Mustang. Although, I don't think we need it anywhere. Right. This is going to get tasty here. Let's slow that down so I can keep an eye on this. So it looks like we're not going to get in everywhere, which is not too surprising. We've got the night vision thing going. What else can we pick on this? Engineers, it's a bit early. It's a little bit early. Oh, we've got bonuses for this. Let's go that one. Yeah, Quickie Baby is very precious about his stream chat, and he doesn't like the idea of, not just a stream chat, about everything. I met him at Tankfest. It's quite funny, actually. I was sitting with him and his wife at lunch at Tankfest, and he'd bought one of those bottles of chocolate milk. Wow, what they're called? Yazoo or something? Plastic bottles off the thing. And he hadn't noticed, but Pepperdy had already taken the top off for him, and he was talking to me about World of Tanks or something. And he just picked it up, and he went to give it a really good shake, not knowing the top had come off, and he showered himself in chocolate milk. It was really funny. Yoo-hoo? I don't know what it's because I don't drink the stuff. It's sugary muck. Give me proper milk or nothing. But yeah, he was sat there in his chair, dripping in chocolate milk, and quite bemused as to how that had happened. It was brilliant. I wish I'd had the phone handy, but then that would have looked really bad, and he would have known exactly where that was going, straight onto the internet. So, yeah, I probably wouldn't have done myself any favours. I wouldn't have endeared myself to him, I think, is the phrase I'm looking for. It seems incredibly hard to get my backside onto this place. Right, now we're on, and we are on. The invasion into this port is going badly, but we can chuck 2 divisions of those guys in, and we can now attack from over there. And at the same time, what else can we do? At the same time, there's a lot of divisions up here. We do need to... I'm just going to get rid of that front line, because that's not going to help me at all. Stop there, don't you move. I need to get a port built right here before that causes trouble. Oh, and also stick that to... That's what I forgot to do with the Senate thing, didn't I? Yeah. Stick that to the top of the list. Suddenly we've got priorities. This could be another massively failed invasion if we are not careful. But they're going to starve off, so as long as I can just hold, I'm going to be fine. We really want to link up, though.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to send 2 divisions to remove that problem there. Yeah, get rid of that, because that's just going to cause me some grief. Some of these divisions aren't going to make it in the invasion, which is fine.
Keep your distance.
There's no point... Oh, are they going to win? Well, we're getting more divisions in, so that's something.
Ready, sir.
Can I send 4 into there and try and push those out? We've got 4 in there, that's good. Key point bombing. Keep going down. Keep going down. Japanese are trying to attack out of there. Something's changed. We've got something retreating.
Move out.
Let's quickly try and counter it. If I can just... All I want to do... They're all defending, unfortunately. We've got 4 divisions. Attack from this side as well. The more sides we can attack from, the better. You can go over there quite safely, can't you? We've got 2 divisions coming in. Yeah, we want to try and cut as much of this off. If we can bag 27 divisions there, and they are so weak, they'll have no luck attacking an outsupply. Really, we just need to hold this while we get the port built. That's kind of key. I don't think it's going to work too well trying to attack over there. I'm going to try it. Get rid of that. Don't need that. That does not help. Yes, sir. If we can link up as well. Come on, now is the time to really put some hurt on these fellas. Ready to move. Supplies are going to be an issue. We have no supply base until this port gets built. Alright, there's absolutely no point trying to attack across there. No point whatsoever. There is going to be time to advance down here now as well. Because we need to get... In fact, let's start building a second one. And put that to the top of the list. Not that it needs, we've got enough civilian factories. But we just need to get supplies coming in somewhere before things start starving. We haven't got a naval base there yet. It's getting built. I'm looking forward to trying Cyberpunk, but I'm looking forward to trying it next week when it's going to be in a slightly more polished day. Do you know what we had? We had the issues with Horizon Zero Dawn, and that was worth the wait. Although I waited a long time for that, but totally worth it. Witcher 3, I waited 3 years to play. Which, not strictly true. I wasn't really aware of the game when it came out. But that, again, was well worth the wait. If I'm building a port there, I'm going to leave one guy behind to defend that. Where are you going? No, you're not. Go there. Just go there. So we've got the good places here, I think. In fact, you can go marching straight over there. They're coming in now, so this is going to be kind of important that we hold this. Once we get everything in, we can get the big army out altogether. It just won't be needed, and the Marines can come out ready to invade somewhere else as well. But we are going to need to hold this with as many troops as we can. With that in mind, leaving one behind, let's move the rest in. We'll end up having to cycle a few of those out. So the Japanese are definitely in trouble. 26 divisions trapped on there. Well and truly trapped. I think we can probably risk an attack into there. Come on, fellas, you're doing well. We've got the air support. We should have the navy floating around. We've got the top half of Japan, which is half the battle, and then we're going to work on the second half. We'll probably have to split it in half again. This is a damn tough place to attack, but we can do it. Didn't have the internet 7 years ago, so you weren't aware of a lot of games. I was busy wrapped up in World of Tanks, as you guys know, and with my head down in that, I missed loads of great games that came out that we've since caught up on and had quite a lot of fun with. Okay, I'm going to just boost that speed up. Please tell me. Please. Oh, it won't build. Hang on. I don't really care how many naval ports we end up with here. We just get them to the top of the list. They are on priority. That something gets built somewhere. Please. And we can bring supplies in from this if we can link up. Which we can. And I'm going to send the Marines in to do such a job as well. The enemy are in a really bad state. But my own cohesion is not looking too great either. But once we get that link up, and we're going to do it, then all this is trapped, and we do get supplies, even if it is just a trickle coming down there. Which is a point we might... Can I build infrastructure on there? Just pause this a sec. Yes, I can. And that, again, needs to go right to the top of the priorities list. Can I put an airfield on here? Yep, we'll put that on there as well. Can I put anti-aircraft on it? I don't think we need to put anti-aircraft on. Anyway, while that's messing up, let's have a quick look at Europe. Yeah, this is stagnated. This looks like a very dangerous bulge here that the Allies have a salient. They could get cut off losing all this. They've got the Channel port, but that's not over by any means. Meanwhile, yes, one army made it out nicely there. That's quite good. I think we should try an attack on here. I think I should bring the Marines over, actually. And then we'll have something to really, really hit home with. And we can get some invasions going. Frontline has moved, but I don't think I really want to push that. I'm just going to sit in the desert and see what happens. We can put another fighter group in there now. In fact, they're doing nothing. Let's put them over there instead. Are you streaming Cyberpunk, Tom, or just playing through it? Right then, let's take a little look. Plenty of reserves of aircraft. Come on, we're going to get this. This is the bit I'm kind of most worried about, but it's going. It's going. It's a big chunk of Japanese soldiers right there. And naturally, they don't want to give up. So the next... Wow! Look at this. I've got 62 divisions. Courtney Hodges wounded. That's not good. Who is Courtney Hodges?
Yes, sir.
Eisenhower, Burrell, Clark, Patton. Okay. Oh, is that the Africa lot? Give me one of these, isn't he? Russell Harty. I know he's not called Russell Harty. I just can't help myself calling him that. Skirmisher. This is for the Marines. Enables a probing attack. Go on, I'll stick that on. He is Lawton Collins, Kruger. Look at the supply status there. It's kind of what we expect. Who the hell is this guy? I can't find him. Courtney Hodges, there he is. Okay. We need to replace him straight away because that's in a combat situation. How about old Patch? Commando, outer supply, minus 25%. Put him straight in there. He suddenly comes in and puts everyone on half rations. Yeah, they're going down. That's, what have we got there? 22, 28, 29 divisions, plus whatever was there before that we may have killed. I don't know. I'm a little bit worried about the food situation for these. I really don't want this pushing back. This is a fantastic defensive line right here. Welcome back, folks. The Twitch bots out in force again today. Yes, right, let's finish that off and tidy this mess up. I knew that would go. There we go. Now, suddenly our war score should have jumped up a little bit. 9%. It's improving. Great. So, with the supply situation improving here, and it should improve quite rapidly now that supplies can trickle through, we need to decide who's going to hold this. Let's put the outer supply guys all in there. 24 divisions holding that spot. That should do it. Now we can bring some aircraft over because we don't need all these. What have we got? We've got room for 200 at the moment. Let's put some... Okay, I'm going to split this lot in half. Put them in there, I think. Is that covering the whole of the islands? Yeah, I think it is. And we'll bring some more support over as and when we can. Are they just... Oh, I brought all of them over. Oops. I'll just put them back because I want that actually working now. Okay, it's calming down a bit. It's calming down a little bit. The rest of the guys, we need to get out.